So you can see this buy signal above the 21.353, and I actually did take a short here and I got stopped out, but anyway, I trade levels, so I did take a small risk, so I did get stopped out. For transparency on my demo, you can see how we had a nice, some resistance here. So I'm still was not bullish here, and you're going to see I'm going to enter short here pretty soon. I'm not actually going to wait for a signal because I play levels, and so yeah, I took a small loss there, but then you can see I'm going to re-enter here pretty soon, and that's just how I play it, So I do love the signals on the AI that are coming out that complement the levels, because you could certainly that could have avoided taking a loss there, but it also, when you wait for signals, sometimes you're not going to get the best entry. So you got to balance that a little bit, because I like good entries and I'm willing to take some losses as long as it's not just too crazy, as long as I don't lose too much. So you can see I re-entered here, and yeah, right at the this 349, but it's really the key level is 353. This whole zone, it's not just this number, it's just this whole zone is where I'm interested in shorting. So we all know you can't, it does tap numbers on it. You can see how it went above it a little bit and stopped me out, but as you can see I re-entered because I'm getting a lot of confirmation that the market could sell off. Again, you never know 100%, and I was willing to look like an idiot when I was doing this a live demo of it. But anyway, you can see how it plays out here. It's pretty cool. So yeah, an awesome, and then I was actually doing a live trade at the same time on my Purdia and my Blue Sky and my fund futures. I got a lot of funded accounts going right now. But anyway, you can see how this is just six minis, which, if you have a 200K account or 150K account with the right risk, you can certainly capitalize and make sure. That is a lot of risk, no doubt, if you're risking 3,000 on 6 minis. But if you have the right account, that risk would be appropriate. So it all depends on what kind of account you have. I'm assuming that I have a big monster account where I can risk close to 2 or 3K on a trade. Definitely, if this was real money, I'd be moving my stop a little bit quicker here. I think I was chatting away with people asking questions and things. So you can see how these are right here. These blue lines are daily GANN levels, and likely it's going to go GANN to GANN, and then we're going to get another daily GANN. So it was like a 40K-ish day, which was freaking awesome. So yeah, just love how it played out. So you can see I'm going to move the chart a little bit, and yeah, it played out really well. So yeah, to me it's just a number. You could have one contract, one micro, whatever. My process is basically looking at levels where price has a hard time. Maybe if it was bounce and then retest, I'd go long, but to me this is showing a lot of weakness, and we all know lately the market's just been selling off almost right at the open. Past week or so, we haven't really had a strong bullish morning for a bit. We've had some bounces where it goes north, but we've had most of the time it's just sold off almost at the open. So you can see it's already 10K going just GANN to GANN here. So I think we get 3 GANN levels out of this one, because I know that I take a little bit off here, but it's pretty sweet. Trading GANN to GANN. It's really kind of low pressure trading. Doesn't require you to really be stressed about anything, because your levels. Yeah, we know NQ could bounce off this and go north, and obviously I would be moving this I'd probably be scaling out, but we're still early here. What is it? 9:40 Back then, this is still pretty early in the market, so the momentum is still in the favor of a trade like this, right? When you're in the right move, of the day, you don't need to be too aggressive getting out of the trade just yet. I mean, likely there'll be a reversal at some point or some consolidation, but definitely not racing to get out or move my stop. I mean, I'd be moving my stop to break even 100% by now. Again, but I was chatting away and just kind of watching it. But these signals will be live next week, so I'm just gonna iron out some things. And the cool thing with them is they're really modified for NQ, but I mean, really, you can optimize them for any market. I just prefer to trade NQ myself. So what I'm going to have is 3 sets of settings for the members. You'll have aggressive settings. Right now what's on here is I'd call balanced, hence why there's not a short signal. If it was on aggressive, there would have been a short signal near the 353. And then there'll be a conservative. So some people that really want to wait for the best trade, but again, you'll miss out on some big portions of the trade. But that's why I tend to be a level trader and an aggressive trader. So that's why, again, this is on the balanced one. So I do eventually switch it over to the aggressive to show people where that sell would have been. But I don't like to rely on buy and sell signals, not necessarily. I mean, it is nice for confirmation, and you can see earlier on that they did okay, and they actually would have, kept me from going short. But also, if I relied on a buy and sell signal, at least on this setting, I would not have got into this awesome entry right at the 349. So that's where you got to balance the signals versus trading levels. And for me, levels and volume are the king, right? Look at this. You get even though you're on a 1 minute chart, you're getting some pretty good wicks here, and really price has not been pushing above 353. So again, you never know. Of course it could. You can see I'm taking some. Well, I'm going to change the to daily because the market was just moving. So yes, actually that was doing just 4-hour GANs. When you're getting a daily GAN, that's a monster day. Just even though it's not quite at the 4, the daily up here, so they can see that we were using the 4-hour GAN to kind of enter. But then when the market starts moving like it's doing, you switch it over to daily, and so you can kind of see your next target. So as you can see now, pretty soon I'll likely move my stop, back to like 244. Then I'm targeting, you never know, but I trade GAN to GAN. So I'm looking for my next kind of take profit would be at this 134. If it gets there, it doesn't always. I mean, sometimes when you're playing the long play or a longer term trade, it will bounce up and you'll break even. But on other days, you will get paid for your patience. So that's another balancing act. Sometimes it's good to scalp and take your profit, and other days it's good to let it run. So, there's no scientific way to do it that I know. I just know that I don't like to miss big moves. I don't like just to take it off because it's 10 ticks, 10 points. I mean, so, but that's, I know a lot of people do that. If you get your 10 points, you're out for the day or 20, whatever, right? And that's the beauty of the market. You can do whatever you want. Me, I like to trade levels, and I'm willing to get stopped out. So you can see I move my stop just above the GAN here. And so, if I got stopped out, I'd lock in 10K. I wanted to give a little bit of room because we all know that, it can push a little higher. So just giving it a little buffer room as I'm watching it, as I'm watching the price action. And then looking at the time, it's only 9:45. So again, perfect time frame for NQ to keep doing what it's doing. But again, anything can happen, and we know that. And willing to accept that, if this comes against me, I left some chunk on the table. But if it runs, then, like that's just the way I trade. I'm okay if it comes up and stops me out, because I know on certain days it will run and certain days it won't. So I found on these, anyway, this time frame I found there can be some strong plays here, and so I'm willing to wait it out. So that's the way I do it. A lot of ways to do it. And you can see I have some pretty cool new indicators. So not only the buy and sells will be modified, and really you can customize to your trading style. I do have this awesome volume that's really based at the GANN level. So as you can see, the numbers aren't quite right yet. That's why I'm still working this out. But eventually, actually I think when I put these in, let's see, where's this at? Yeah, these numbers aren't quite right, because I think I was on the 60-minute. But either way, it does say yes, it says 240. So I needed to switch this over to the 1 hour, to the daily GANN. But so there is some manual part with the volume, but it's pretty cool. Once you switch the time frame, plug in the GANN levels, like you only need to do 2 or 3 of them, then it's going to give you this awesome metrics to help you trade the levels. So not only do you have the ATR, you'll have basically the dashboard over here will kind of help you what you're doing. It has some RSI stuff, and yeah, it's a really cool indicator set. As you know, I already have another good set that, with the quad threat. I'm not sure what to call this one. This is more of an extension of the quad threat because it has the same principle. Everything at the core of what I'm doing is GANN levels. There'll be some EMA filters, some oscillator filters, but ultimately at the end of the day, I level trade. And so all that code, I don't rely on EMAs. There's some cool things you can do with them to help you filter, but I like to be more exact and more precise with what I'm doing. So that's why I focus on levels, and then I look for confirmation for the way it goes. So if let's say you're on the daily and you were waiting for it to get to 416 to enter, well, that's why you have multiple GANN levels, and you can plot, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and so you can see back earlier before the 4 hour, it pushed a little bit higher on the 4 hour GANN line, but then it gave us a good entry. And then I switched over to, once it's starting to push through those 4 hour GANs on a day like today, I'll switch over to, and I could have them all in the same chart. It just makes it really cluttered. So as you can see, it makes it really clean when I switch it over to the daily, and you can see how it's just kind of cruising. Likely going to hit this, well, I know it is because I was trading it. It's going to hit this 134, and then it's going to come down to blast through this 02. And I could probably speed this up a little bit because I already know what's going to happen. It's kind of cool. So you can see there, it's going to bounce off. Look at that, wouldn't even bounce. It's going to push through that 134. And then look at that. So it's just cruising down. I think pretty soon here I'm going to take off like 3, or I'm going to move my stop. Right. So I'm going to move my stop. It's cruising past. It cruised past this one GAN, the daily GAN. I move my stop down. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to take off. Like I'm up to 35K, right? I'm pretty sure I'm going to take off like half pretty soon. I forget when I do it, but I know it's pretty soon. Yeah, look at this. So it's still kind of in the middle here a little bit. So look at that. It's going to go, daily GAN, and then it's about, I know, look at that, up to 40, almost 40K there, 37, 38, almost. It's going to tap this 02, and I think that's when oops, sorry, I don't know why I did that. So it's going to come down here and tap this, look at this, it's 40K trade right there, just doing GAN levels with 6 contracts. Look at that. So it's pretty awesome. So this is definitely where I'd be like, okay, I've done like one daily GAN is amazing, but when you're getting, basically like almost 1, 2, 3. So here I go. Yep, I'm gonna I think I'm pretty sure I'm gonna take off like half. Yes, see, there you go. So I'm up 41K here, locked in 20K. Isn't that crazy? I just locked in 20K. And then now I'm just gonna play the level. So I'm gonna move my stop above the O2 because I don't know what's gonna happen. It could, I mean, this is kind of a rounded, almost a rounded number. You could bounce off this pretty easily. But I'm giving it some room just in case, because I don't know. And so I'd be locking in 17K. Not a bad day. And then look at that, see? It just blasted through O2. So then I know that this way is gonna move. I mean, it could reverse anytime or whatever. So I'm gonna eventually move my stop down, and I guess, see here, maybe I went too fast. Well, I did, because, yeah, watch this. This is pretty cool. So the market's just cruising down, and it's gonna just slam off this 899. So I'm just gonna lock in. So I already locked in 20K, and now watch what happens here. This is pretty amazing. So it taps this, and I don't know, I'm not magic. It just literally taps 899 and just bounces. And it's gonna take this, so I'm gonna lock in, yeah, it's like a 45K day plus. I know it's on demo, but on live I was doing it. So I had, you know, it was up a nice chunk for my funded accounts. But this is pretty cool. See, then it just bounces off this 899. Oh, look at that. Like I said, I mean, that's a lot of daily GAN levels, a lot of ticks, a lot of points. And, you know, you take your profit and you're done. Now, could you have played? No, I mean, you can see how it just bounced off there. So, but if you play that reversed, kind of trying to catch the knife, I don't really love that. It can work. I mean, right? If you try to put that game here, you got smoked. But if you try to play that game here, it did pretty well. But that's just not my style to do that. I like to trade with the, you know, what I think is the best trade of the day. So, anyway, that's just a little breakdown of how I trade. And you can see that it's going to just kind of bounce up here a little bit. So this indicator is not live yet. This is still in beta, but it will be live to my exclusive, or I guess the people that are under my paid membership. And people can still use, I'm going to fast forward this, I'll show you. So people that have clicked on my affiliate links, like if you don't want to join, I get it. If you want to pay $47 a month for some awesome indicators, if you click on my affiliate links, then you can get the GAN levels, you can get the current state of the, you know, there won't be any updates on these to be supported. But if you click on my affiliate links, either Purdia or Tradeify, and you let me send me a screenshot, you will get access to the automated plotted GAN lines. And then I do have this, it's a premium indicator still, these buys and sells. And then you can see the Quantum Pro for the entry and risk management tool. So you can see how I think I switched over to the hour because I changed the charts, but you can see how it bunches up because the market was pushing down, creating new pivot on the GANs. So you can see that's why they're so bunchy here. On the 1 hour, it didn't quite, you know, bounced off the level, so it didn't bunch them up. So anyway, it's kind of a breakdown of today, and I will see you guys later on. Take care.